Before we hop into this video, you know what you need to do. You know. Subscribe. Okay? So we'll give them those names. And then there's another cousin that's going to pop up in the story that's going to come to the rescue. The one cousin that's been in California, that's from California. She'll come into the story at some point. Okay? We're going to call her Asia. My cousin Asia. Okay. So hopping right back in. So cousin DeVille would, you know, check in, come visit. She would come over to our house. She would stay. You know, everybody loved my mom. She was that one aunt that was everybody's favorite. She would come over, stay, let us hear new music and things of, you know, that. No, one day she called my mom. And her and my mom were on the phone conversing and catching up. And because like I said, we had just came back from Colorado. So everybody like, they back now, you know. So we talked about the journey back, how the ride was, because we drove back from Colorado. I talked to her about that, and she's like, what Ice is doing? She's like, well, you know, Ice has been wanting to come out there and experience California for a while, da 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 da. My cousin's like, oh yeah? You know, that, you know, put the little bug in her ear, and she's like, well, shoot, tell her to come. Matter of fact, if she comes, tell her she can stay with me. Like, tell her to come out here with me. I'll show her around, and we'll have a good time. And she's pursuing modeling. We could do all that. Because this cousin was also a creative as well. Into music, into acting, you know, all that, you know. So she like, we could, you know, do some of these things together. So I'm like, cool. So I was still sitting on it. I wasn't like, I had talked about it and I wanted to go, but it's like, that's a big step. You know what I mean? Going to stay with somebody. I was trying to plan it around me figuring out a way to do it my own way. I was just trying to figure out a way that I could do it myself. I wasn't really planning on staying with anybody. She talked about that and talked about, you know, tell her to come, you know. So I got on the phone with her, we talked about it. So I'm like, yeah, I you know, okay, think about it, da da da. So I left it alone. So that was that, left it alone, and that was it. That was just a conversation. I didn't think like, you know, she was on it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I wanted to go my own route with it, you know. So she hit me up again. She's like, so you gonna come? You know what I'm saying? This is like, and this is over time. This is not like day by day. This is over time. It's like, you know, I want to say like a week past. Like, you coming? You still gonna come? You said you want to do it. Like, come out here and, you know, let's get it. Like, do it. You know, pursue whatever it is you want to pursue. Come out here and see what it's like. If you want to stay, then stay. You know what I mean? We could find you a job. You can go to some of these castings. You can do headshots, do all that to, you know, get yourself out there. And I'm just like stepping my foot, trying to get my foot out there. You feel me? So, okay, let me stop playing. I'm playing too much. So I'm like, okay. So she coming in. So I'm like, okay, but I'm like, we're gonna see. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I never lived with her. She was my cousin. I never lived with her. The person I ever lived with was my mom. You know, I'm like, okay. So I left it alone, you know what I'm saying? Still going about my life, my business. And she hit me up again. Me and my mom. She like, girl, is you gonna do it or not? So after all this going back and forth with her, so I'm like, okay, let me just, let's do it. Let's just jump out there and let's get it. So fast forward, I packed my bags, talking to my mama about it. She was like, you know, and that was another thing. I was battling, like, I wanted to go, but I didn't want to leave my mom. I didn't want to leave her. And I know she's a grown woman, and, you know, she could take care of herself, but it's just like, it's just something about being there and just making sure that she was good and okay. You know, she was battling all kind of health issues and things of that nature. So that was another thing where it's like, I didn't know if I really wanted to leave her or not. Hold on, baby, let me check. Can be on camera. It's on my lips. We good? I think we good. So yeah, so I was going back and forth with that, but I'm like, okay. And my mom was encouraging me. She was always one like, girl, I'm your mom. You're not my mom. I'm gonna be just fine. I want you to go. I don't want nothing to hold you back. Not even me in my situation. I want you to go. So I'm like, all right. She's like, just go. And if you want to, just go for a couple of weeks, and you can return in a couple of weeks, or just go. Originally she like go for a couple of months, like see how it is for like 5-6 months. And that's originally what my cousin was saying too. Like, just come, stay as long as you need. You gotta give it some time. See what it is like for 5-6 months. So I'm like, okay, cool. Now my cousin Asia, that's like I said, that's originally from there. Her and I, we were cousins. We didn't have like the strongest relationship. So that'll come, I'll tell you about that when it's time to. Which is funny. But let me go back a little bit. It's funny because my cousin Asia and my mom were really tight. But me and my cousin Asia, we weren't that close. I mean, wasn't nothing, but we just weren't tight, you know. So my mom let my cousin Asia know that I was coming out there. She's like, she gonna come out there and y'all have to get together, you know, build your relationship, y'all cousins. you know, you one of my favorite nieces. Like, I want y'all to be tight like you and I. So I'm like, okay. So I'm packing my things, girl. It's getting real now. I'm packing my things. I'm like, okay, it's something I really want to do. And it's like, back then, I felt safe again, because like I said, this cousin was somebody who was just like adored her. We had a lot of similarities, you know what I mean? And like I said, she's one of my older cousins. And again, you know, like I said, but I'm packing my things. I'm still thinking back and forth, like, it's gonna be an adventure, it's gonna be exciting. I'm always one down for an adventure. I'm like, it's gonna be exciting, but I'm still nervous. I'm just, all this stuff is going through my head. I'm thinking like, okay, how mom gonna be? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know she's gonna be fine, but you know, just thinking everything when I get out there, what's this gonna be like? And then I had a car, and they like leave the car, but you know, out there in LA, you be needing a car to get around, and I don't. It's certain things that I feel secure with. Like, I don't like being without a car and having to depend on somebody. Not saying I can't get on the bus line, because I definitely can. I'm not saying that at all. But you know, I'm just in this big city, this big place. It's way bigger than, you know, here in Ohio. So it's getting real. I done booked my flight, girl. Booked the flight, one-way flight, no return, just one-way flight. You know, now that it's booked, it's real. So I left, and I get out there. I'm trying to make sure I'm not missing any details. I didn't like jot anything down or write anything down, because I just wanted to be like a raw conversation, me in front of the camera, getting used to the camera again as well. But just my raw feelings and just throwing it all out there. But I'm hoping I'm trying to explain this the best way I know how, especially when we get to the part where it gets serious and gets deep. I want to be able, I'm hoping I can explain it in a way to where people could truly understand. Hopefully. So, my mama take me to the flight. Okay, I get on that plane, girl. I got my bag, my luggage, and it's time to go. Okay, so I'm leaving. Bye, my love you. See you soon, girl. You know, going into the airport. Getting on a plane, this is real now. I'm like, oh my God, so I'm leaving. So, okay. Get there, when I get there, Cousin DeVille arrives to pick me up. Now, mind you, she asked me to come out there. She was pressing. And me, I don't do no half-stepping. And what I mean by that is that when I got there, I had money for her. Just because I was thankful, because, you know, somebody giving me somewhere to stay. I can't remember exactly how much, but it wasn't nothing like. Yes, I already had money for her. I don't want nobody talking about, like, trying to say, like, oh, she just came here and just living off something. No, wasn't brave. That just ain't my stilo. I didn't. So as soon as I got in the car, I had gas money for her and just money for her, just to show her appreciation. Like, I appreciate you letting me come into your home to stay with you while I'm trying to figure out what it is I want to do, and seeing if California is a place that I want to stay for a while. Cool. And she was thankful for that. You know, that's what's up. She accepted it. Get in the car. We head back to her place. I put my things up, and that was that. I can't remember what all I did the first day, but that was that. And I want to say, I think my cousin Asia reached out to me like, you here? We gonna get the link and, you know, hang out, go to the beach, you know, do some things. Fast forward. So at this time, we out there, and she kind of gets to it right away. Okay, y'all, so I'm sitting here editing the video, and I just wanted to hop in really quick to clarify what I meant by she kind of gets to it right away. When we got there and we got back to her place, I set my things down. She kind of started telling me, like, okay, this is this is that. I need you to pay half on this bill, that bill, this bill, you know what I mean? Just start telling me the things that I would be paying half on, you know, month to month as I'm here. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, you know what I'm saying? She kind of just like quickly just threw that out there, and I'm like, okay, you know, I didn't have a job yet. And that's one of the things that I meant by I kind of wanted to see what I was doing prior to moving out there. I was going to try to apply to some jobs, try to get a job prior to coming. But like I said, she was pressing it. And now that as time has went on, I think about it, it just kind of sounds like a whole setup to me. Like, this cousin, they bit finessers. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, she got to that right away. Even after me already just, you know, giving her the money I gave her. And also, she was just, like, making comments, like, almost trying to make it known that she pays market rent. You know what I'm saying? Or, like, you know, she's not getting any assistance or anything like that. And later on, I found out she was getting all the assistance. So, yeah. So let's hop back in. It was like she had a very narrow apartment. So she had a lot of steps that you would go up. Then when you get to the top of the steps, to the right is the door. Okay. You go through the door and immediately you're right in a girl. How about the camera just died? Like, huh? It's just shut off. Then talking about some SD card full and the battery dead. So I had to do the whole 9. I had to go transfer the footage. That took 2 hours. Excuse me. We done lost a little daylight. Girl, listen, that was the most. I done went and had me a snack. Look, hopefully ain't nothing all in my teeth. We good. If so, it is what it is. But yes, the camera took and died, so let's hop right back into it. I guess I'm typing on with it because that shut right off. Talking about card full. I just got that card. But anyway, shoot. Where was I even at?